This is the Nokia 7610, a Symbian-powered smartphone announced back in March of 2004. It was locally known as the Dam'a, which translates to the teardrop, back when phones had local nicknames. Good times. So let's talk about its quirks and features and what made it special for its time. Starting with the design, it doesn't get quirkier than that. Nokia's designers went wild with this. From the unsymmetrical shape, to the flowing keypad design, to the design patterns on the back. This phone is immediately recognizable. The keys are all super clicky and pretty easy to get used to despite the funky layout. Compared to today's phones, it's tiny, which makes it feel awesome to hold. You get a 2.1-inch TFT display on the front, which supports 65,000 colors. The power button matches the form of the phone and is made out of rubber. There are 2 lanyard ports for some reason, one at the top corner and one at the bottom one, and the whole phone is made out of plastic, which makes it feel indestructible. It's also 19mm thick, which allowed it to stand on a table if needed. And the charging was done via Nokia's pinhole charger, which was located at the bottom. Other than that, the loudspeaker is located on the left. The back is obviously removable, which holds a 900mAh battery and supports a special type of memory, which was also included in the original package. It was definitely needed as the phone only came with 8MB of built-in storage. Yeah, that's megabytes. The 7610 required a SIM card for you to access its operating system, so I bought a mini SIM adapter and had to make full use of my engineering degree to fit my SIM card. And lo and behold, it powers on and works flawlessly. Oh, and by the way, the 7610 was the first Nokia to come with a megapixel camera. That's 1 megapixel. Pretty cool, and here are some samples. Honestly, it's much better than I expected. The phone is running on Symbian Series 60 version 7. It's a lot smarter than you probably remember too. You have a home screen, which wasn't very customizable. The menu has a 3x3 layout, and the phone comes with plenty of productivity tools. Things like a calculator, notepad, web browser, unit converter, real player, camera app, photo gallery, a movie editor, and many more. The phone even supports different themes and comes with 4 out of the box, which in a way kinda makes it more advanced than Android One. Haha. You could set different customizable sound profiles, and the power button even switches between them on the go. The phone even supported Java apps, so you were not limited to just what comes pre-installed. This was before app stores were a thing, and apps were called programs. You could connect it to your PC using the POP port at the bottom too, which enabled some other smart functionality. The phone was also pretty quick, thanks to a mighty Texas Instrument OMAP processor clocked at 123 MHz. Perhaps the guys behind KaiOS can study this sorcery to see how Symbian had that figured out almost 20 years ago. So what were the weaknesses of the phone? Internet speeds were considered pretty slow, so the web browsing experience wasn't great. The phone also didn't support FM radio, and the music player was confused regarding MP3 files for some reason. All in all, the Nokia 7610 is a pretty awesome phone. It was a jack of all trades kind of device with an unforgettable design and Nokia's legendary bulletproof reputation. And best of all, this one actually works. I was even receiving SMS messages and phone calls on this without any issues. Do you guys think I should use this as a daily driver for a while? Let me know in the comments. This phone is honestly so much more playful than most modern phones these days. When did all the fun disappear from phones, and why do you guys think that happened? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, check out the numerous other nostalgia videos I already have. Or if you want something more recent, my Nokia G11 review is here for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.